Happy Halloween and welcome to the world of darkness. Today we're going to take a look at one of the most classic trading card games of all time, Vampire the Eternal Struggle. We're going to be taking a look at the 5th edition for Vampire the Eternal Struggle. As you can see here, this is a game that is essentially back from the dead, or I guess a better way to put it is that it's kind of, you know, been around for a little while, and a company called the Black Chantry picked this game up several years ago and kept the legacy going. They do have official support from the World of Darkness, the official setting for Vampire the Masquerade. In fact, this is a game that we did cover a year or so ago on the channel on this very day, on Halloween. We opened up the very first box that was made in, I can't remember, either 1994 or 1995, that initially started as Jihad and name changed to Vampire the Eternal Struggle for some pretty obvious reasons, I would say. But it's a game that's been around for a very long time, one of the first trading card games ever, probably the first trading card game with multiplayer focus in mind. It was originally designed by Richard Garfield, and it was, you know, a trading card game. We do, like I said, have a booster box right here that we opened up last year. So if you'd like to see some old pack cracking goodness, check out last year's Halloween video. Just kind of search for a vampire in the Red Zone Rogue search little bar here on YouTube. But this year, we're going to be opening up the Vampire 5th edition box set. Now, this game does not have booster packs anymore. Even though new product is still being released, this is an entirely, like, how do I want to put this? Like a box set product, right? You just buy the decks. You don't really buy singles, you just buy, like, you know, your Bruja deck, your Gangrel deck, Malkavian deck, Tremere, oh, my personal favorite. You just buy, like, the deck, right? And then you can play. It is a multiplayer game. It is for 4 to 5 players, and that's kind of like the biggest strength and weakness in my opinion. You need to get like 3 other people to play, but once you do, it's a great multiplayer experience. I have very limited experience, I'll be completely honest, because even though I did have some of these cards as a kid, I never really played all that much, and we are going to change that. Not in today's video. In today's video, we're checking out this box set. But in a future live stream, probably sometime in November, we're going to be live streaming a gameplay session of Vampire the Eternal Struggle 5th edition. It's going to be a ton of fun. I cannot wait. So without further ado, let's open up this box set, see what comes inside, and I'll kind of pick what deck I'm going to play in the upcoming live stream. Spoilers, it's probably going to be Tremere, but I do want to take a look at all the other ones and all of the other goodies that come inside of this. Let's stop chatting here and let's get down to it. Oh, I'm so stoked. Vampire, let's do it. All right, and here we go. Vampire the Eternal Struggle 5th edition. I'm actually really excited to open this up. I love the presentation. Let's take a look at this. So Vampire the Eternal Struggle, it comes with all this stuff. So it comes with a rules book, 5 of the starter decks, a bunch of counters, the edge token, which is something that I think you need when you're playing. I think you need to gain the edge, which is something you can use as political leverage against your other players. This is a game where it's not all about combat. Sure, there is combat, but there's also like political intrigue. You don't have to fight to win, which I think is super interesting. There's also some help sheets, some seating order cards, which is interesting. It says it's about 2 hours long and 4 to 5 players, and here we can see some of this awesome vampire artwork. You are an ancient vampire, a Methuselah. For thousands of years, you have lurked in the shadows of human societies, manipulating and scheming. Mortals and younger vampires are your pawns. Your hunger for power knows no bounds. You use whatever means possible to triumph. You must increase your influence and destroy your rival ancient vampires one by one before they consume you. Will you choose subtle machinations, stoic resilience, or a frontal assault? A multiplayer, customizable card game of passion, politics, and betrayal, set in the world of darkness and based upon Vampire the Masquerade. I love this setting, by the way. If you couldn't tell by that reading, I love Vampire the Masquerade, love World of Darkness. I would say I'm a casual fan, not a huge fan, I'm a casual fan. I've never played the tabletop RPG, I would love to. And I've played several of the video games, Bloodlines in particular being quite excellent. So let's go ahead and take this off. Really, really cool looking. I dig it. So here we have the rule book. Man, once again, I really love the style here. Oh, it's full color too. Yo, sweet. I don't remember exactly how much this cost. The big downside here is they ship from Europe, right? So I guess it's not that much of a downside depending on where you live. If you're like me and you live in the States, it's a little bit of a downside because shipping's expensive and it takes a while to get here. I actually wanted to get this product before Halloween so we can have a gameplay stream right now on Halloween, but it arrived a little bit late, so we're gonna have to postpone it. But still, it wasn't that expensive for an entire box set for 5 decks, ready to play with a bunch of other stuff. It was less than $100 with shipping, and the shipping was a little expensive because this is not light. It's quite heavy. Anyway, let's kind of flip through the booklet here. It's a pretty robust booklet. Oh, I love the old school like card backs too, man. That's so sweet. I also like how it's a pretty nice book. Like it's full color. It's got pictures. This is a quality product. I'm into this. This actually reminds me of old Magic the Gathering rule books, like specifically like 4th and 5th edition rule books, because I had the 4th edition Quick Start rule book, and I had a thing like this. Advanced rules. Oh, look at this rocker dude. He's got to be Toreador. I'm gonna guess Toreador. And then some stuff. Yeah. So I'm going to kind of go through the rules, make sure I know what we're doing before we do the live stream. We do have a veteran player joining us who knows what they're doing, so that'll make it a lot easier. What are these? These are the reference guide. This will be insanely useful. So this is the Ventru reference guide. So we got the Ventru guide. This one is the Tremere. This one is Toreador. I recognize the symbols of rose as Toreador. Let's see. We have the Nosferatu. Got the little frowny face here. And then what's the last one here? Oh, that's got to be the Malkavian, right? The broken glass. Yeah, it says it right here. It says it right there. But yeah, Malkavian. Cool. So this will be really useful. I like this. I like how it gives you kind of like this reference sheet of like, this is how you play the class. This is what you do with the deck. I dig it. It's not just throwing you in the deep end, like, here's the rules, figure it out. Here we have some good old fashioned punch outs. These look like blood counters. And then also blood counters. I'm pretty sure these are 2 separate blood counters. Oh yeah, they're just like a folded board. Sure, that's cool. This must be the edge. I don't think you need, like, it doesn't have to be this. You can use literally anything you want for the edge. You could use like a ham sandwich if you want. Would not recommend. And then we have all the decks. And like, I love how they're just like the decks, right? They're not like any like, they're literally just like the decks that you could buy, which is fine. Like, so if you didn't want to buy this box set, you can just buy the individual decks, which is, something you can totally do. There's more decks than this as well. And that's one of the great things about this game, in my opinion, that you can kind of just pick and choose what you want to do. And for about 20 bucks, you can get into the game. Because I think that's about how much the decks are individually. It's about 20 bucks. Maybe 15 to 20 bucks, something like that. So this makes the box set kind of a decent deal if you just kind of want to get a bunch of them. And luckily for me, the box set had some of my favorite vampire clans in here. So I would guess this is Ventru. Love the Ventru. They're kind of like the politics vampire clan. They're very wealthy and refined, but they can snap as well. This one is gotta be the Tremere, my absolute favorite vampire clan. They're basically blood wizards, which is awesome. Love me some blood wizards. This one is probably Malkavian. I wouldn't say Malkavian just by this picture, but Malkavian are normally like, they're kind of crazy. They're like crazy vampires, but they're like, they get strength from that insanity and some really weird macabre powers. This one's definitely the Toreador. They're the musicians, the artists of the vampire clans. So having this 80s hair metal dude makes a lot of sense. And then last but not least, we have the Nosferatu, which are kind of like the monstrous, well, they look like Nosferatu, right? If you're familiar with Nosferatu. That says it on the back. Let me see if I got these right. Toreador, yep. Malkavian, yep. I mean, obviously this is Tremere. I mean, she looks like a wizard. She's got like this pop wizard collar, and Ventru. Yeah. Okay. Sweet. Yeah. Let's open these up and kind of just check them out, and that'll be that. I think this is a really cool product. The big downside, like I said, is that it's a multiplayer game, right? You don't really play this game with less than 4 people. You can maybe play with 2 or 3, but that's really, really pushing it. It would be difficult. Ooh, seating order. Interesting. Ah, interesting. Okay, I'm not sure what the seating order card is here. Really cool looking, though. The back says quick reference card. Also really, really helpful. I'm definitely going to want to use this as well. I do remember what most of the symbols mean, though. So this is a card game that I did have cards for as a kid, but the thing is like we never really played. In fact, long story short, my folks bought a giant long box of cards. They didn't know what they were, but they knew that my brother and I played Magic, and so they gave me the long box of cards, and it was just Vampire the Eternal Struggle cards. They kept the same frames, which is pretty interesting. Well, sort of the same frames. All right, so we have like your main deck, which are these green backed cards, and these are going to be like your actions and, you know, items and all that kind of stuff, and maybe even like some well, mostly actions and like that kind of stuff. And then this deck, I guess your vampire deck, this has your vampires in it, right? So your characters, that kind of stuff. So we have Brett Striker, Camarilla, and then here are like their abilities here. So like if I remember right, like lightning bolt is speed. I don't remember what the burst symbol is, but yeah, Camarilla. Brett gets -1 intercept against titled vampires, so vampires who have a title, like the Prince of Boston or whatever. We have Catalina Vega, and the art's like pretty solid. Camarilla, Prince of Buenos Aires. Duh. You should probably read the whole thing. Prince of Buenos. I also know that the position or the symbol surrounding the ability tells you whether it's advanced or not. I think diamond is advanced and square is not advanced, or it could be the opposite. So we have multiple Catalina. We have Flavio Goncalves. I don't really know. Prince of Sao Paulo. And the princes are pretty powerful vampires. They basically, prince means they're kind of the ruler of that city. Kathy Glens, that's pretty. Camarilla. And I'm pretty sure the diamond means it's advanced and the square means it's kind of like the basic skill. Massimo Falconi. We have Min Seo. I dig it. I dig her style. We have Mikokeli. Camarilla, Prince of Cape Town. We have Nick Sicko from the Camarilla. And then we have this dude, Tamosius. I'm not really sure. I know like the blood power down here is somewhat indicative of their power. So like, you know, higher blood level means they're more powerful vampires. So we have something like Catalina here who has 8. And you also have like Primogen, which are even more powerful vampires, but they have a much higher blood. I don't think it is directly like you want all high blood. I think, you know, you want a veritable mix. And I do know that these decks are pretty well made. And because there's no booster packs or anything like that, there's no like reason for them to skimp on the rares or whatever. There's technically no rares because they're all just cards, you know. So we have Air of Elation. We're going to flip through these ones pretty quick. Art Museum. A lot of these make sense for the Toreador. They're very artsy folks. Bewitching Oration. Charge of Target. I'm not even sure if I'll recognize some of these cards, though there might be. You can actually play this game with... Oh, there's a whole bunch of these Enchant Kindred cards. I wonder what the deck limit is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 here. Kind Resources Contested. You got a sword. You can play these cards and the old cards like mixed, right? They don't all have to be from the new stuff. But the 5th edition is an updated version of the rules, a more modern version of them. So I would recommend kind of starting here if this is something you want to get into. Scalpel Tongue. Brutal. 2nd Tradition Domain. A Society Hunting Ground. It's the Wayne It's the Waynes, and then no, we have the Joker in the background. Toreador Justicar. Oh, so you can give them the title of Justicar. Interesting. Villain. Yeah, so yeah, you can see like there's a lot of duplication in the decks, which is what you want. Like you want the decks to be consistent, which, you know, I dig it. You know, as a card game player, that's what you want to see. You don't want a bunch of just random mishmash so the decks don't play very well. You want them to be, you know, consistent so you have like a good play experience where you can, you know, have a good play experience. You don't have to rely as much on, you know, random chance, you know, drawing the good cards or whatever. Yeah, I dig it. I think it's smart starter deck design. You want to, if you're a game like this, you want to build your starter decks as though they were, you know, competitive decks, because there's no booster packs, right? So might as well. I do know they have like little expansion packs that you can get that are not randomized. They're seeded, so you just buy them and you have them, so you can kind of, you know, customize the decks to your will. There's a whole bunch of starters too, not just these ones. Like I think there's multiple of each. So here we have the seeding order 4th. Really love the art in this card. And there's a quick reference. So in the game that we're going to be playing, I personally will be playing with this deck, I think. I'm pretty sure. I think we have someone playing Malkavian. We have someone playing Ventru. I'm not sure who the 4th person is. And I'm pretty sure I want to play Tremere. They're my favorite clan. So yeah, we have, so let's go over the vampires, and then we'll go over the, it's hard, it's a little difficult to tell which is which, but I guess you just look for the symbols here and probably the blood in the bottom corner to make sure they're a character card. So we have Ilek, level 7, or Blood level 7, Camarilla, Prince of Addis Ababa. We have Chrysanthemum, Camarilla Primogen. Ooh. We have Inez Tristão. I like her a lot. Prince of Rio de Janeiro. I dig it. She's my favorite so far. We have Lauren. She looks like she hacks. She looks like she's a hacker, but they're blood wizards, so, you know. Also Camarilla. Camarilla is the Vampire Society. It's kind of like the vampire government, but there's other factions too. We have Lloyd Brooks, Nasir, Patrick Soderberg. We have Rosalina Cortez, Trevin Parker. I was gonna say Trevin Parker, Camarilla. I think they all have to be Camarilla, but I'm not 100% sure for like deck construction. Yeah, like her a lot. She's cool. And then let's check out the rest of the Tremere deck. Yo, we're packing. We got a Magnum. Traditional weaponry isn't super strong against vampires because they're vampires, but it still does a little bit of damage. In, you know, the tabletop RPG and other, you know, video games, you want to do aggravated damage, which is like, you know, sun damage, magic, that kind of stuff. Academic Hunting Ground. Apportation. I assume there's going to be a bunch of spells in here. Arcane Library. Look at that. We have Bonding. Bunch of bondings. We've got a lot of bondings. Bowl of Convergence. Unique. I wonder if a lot of these one-ofs are unique. Yeah, this says Hunting Ground unique. That's pretty cool. Got a Chantry, unique location. Deflection. Eyes of Argus. She's got a very elongated waist on there. Govern the Unaligned. I'm pretty sure I've seen this card before, like different art, but I'm pretty sure Govern the Unaligned might have been in the original one. We have a Kevlar vest, so we can hook our lady up in this vest. Magic of the Smith. Oh, interesting. I wonder if it helps us like get our Magnum or something. Mirror Walk. That looks awesome. Love the art on that. We have a lot of Mirror Walks. Misdirection. Okay, this is 100% in the original set. Like I own original copies of this card. There's only one in here. Lock any minion. Here, interesting. But I'm pretty sure I own like multiple copies. Recognize the art. Oh yeah, see, Mark Poole. Yeah. On the Quivive. Quivive. We got Pentex Subversion, trademark. We have this is unique, by the way. We have Precognition, Spirit's Touch. You got your spookiness. We got Sport Bike. I love how we have like the, juxtaposition between like Sport Bike and like the spookiness. It's Vampire, man. I dig it. Theft of Vitae. What I really like about Vampire too, like especially like the role-playing version. Hello. We have a Vessel, and then we have this place in Austria that I'm not going to pronounce because I'll mess it up, and then a wider view. Just a little bit of a wider view. Yeah, I'm probably going to be playing the Tremere deck. We have Inez here, favorite vampire lady. Well, at least so far. At least so far. Let's go ahead and check out the Ventru next. I love seeing the old cards in here though. That's super cool. Which also gives me like, hope or insight that the old cards are like still pretty good. I wonder how many of like the cards from the original box opening that I did are like still pretty good. I think I remember some folks saying that some of the cards were good, but it's been over a year. I don't quite remember. So yeah, here we have the Ventru deck. Check it out. We have, wait, it doesn't have the seating order on the back. Okay, well, we're gonna go searching for the seating order. Let's do it. Let's search it up. All right, so this is the back. I wonder if the seating order is in a different spot, or maybe this one just doesn't have it. Looks like it might not have it. Well, that's okay. We'll go ahead and start here. So we have Alexa Draper, love her eye patch. Alice Chen, I think I like Alice Chen more than Inez. Prince of Nairobi, yo. Egypt, really cool. Look at this Chad. Brock Sterling. Chelsea Blake. Horst von Brule. Kind of looks like the big dude from Resident Evil Village. Madison. We have Naomi Stewart. Ozri Dahan. Cybren van Oosten. And this one's a Prince of Rotterdam. Kind of didn't read those out, but still really cool. Camarilla. Prince of Mannheim. Yeah, I dig it. Prince of Melbourne. Huh. I dig Alice Chen. Let's check out the deck. Anarch Troublemaker. Anarchs are, as you would guess, they're, anti-government because they're anarchs. Ancilla Empowerment. Bewitching Oration. So, yeah, this class, Blood Doll. Ooh, so they might actually have some ghouls in here, maybe. Conditioning. This clan, I guess I should say, is more about obfuscation and political intrigue. Enchant Kindred, like dominating minds, that kind of stuff. Freak Drive. Get your Freak Drive on. Hidden Strength. Information Highway. That's a very simple art, I would say. Very simple. That looks like old school comic book art. Intimidation. We have more Keen Resources Contested. Must be a great card because multiple decks seem to have that in it. Majesty. Another Misdirection. Interesting. We have Parity Shift. Really dig the art on that card. We have Second Tradition Domain. I think this is actually a really cool game. If you wanted to, that looks sweet. If you wanted to just get like a box set, like if you're playing with cards, it used to be a trading card game, but I think this would be awesome if you just treat it like a board game, because that's kind of what it is, right? You have these 5 decks, you need at least 4 players to play. And what that tells me is it's just kind of like a board game. I would also recommend, judging by the how big that rule book was, that it's probably not the kind of game where you can like just kind of skirt the rules real quick. You probably need to know them decently well before you start teaching, someone how to play, right? So what I'm saying is, like, when you sit down with a group of people and you're like, hey, we're gonna play this game tonight, I think it's something that you can't really do that, and you might want to plan ahead and make sure everyone knows what you're gonna be playing and knows how to get into it. Here we have the seating order. Yeah, this deck didn't have the seating order in it. Interesting. I wonder if that was just a just kind of like a print error or something like that. If someone out there is watching this and you know, let me know. Very curious if I got like a you know, error box or something like that. I don't really know a lot about the production of this other than it's produced in Europe. Yeah, formerly a Wizards of the Coast game. Amy Wilkins does the art. Beautiful art in this one too. Seating order first for the Malkavian. Yeah. I do like the Malkavians. Like I said, they're the insane vampires. They do some weird stuff, man. Like this weird shit goes down when the Malkavians are around. We have Alexander Silverson, the Prince of Birmingham. We got a couple of him. We have this pretty lady. This is Andre Liu, Prince of Taipei. We got a couple of her. We have Ashley. It's just Ashley. Do I have an Ashley? I think I might actually have one of those. Different art, but I think it's the same card. Colette. We have Donnie Cowlich. Dr. Stephen Norton, Camarilla. This dude is the Prince of Pittsburgh. He looks nuts, like absolutely nuts. We have Galazia Futio. I love the art. It's spooky. I dig it. We have just Megan. She's got cool hair. And this dude Sully looks like he's about to snap, man. Megan's just quietly crazy. We'll put Andy here on the top. And then we have, of course, the deck, Asylum Hunting Ground, the Barons. I dig it. Blood Doll. I think the thing I notice here the most in terms of design is the art is pretty small, and that is something that's true for a lot of older TCGs. It's like a, you know, product of a bygone era, right? That we'd have these really small. Oh, we got the art from the box. Faceless Knight. That's kind of cool. We got a bunch of these. Foreshadowed Destruction. Govern the Unaligned. I'm pretty sure Govern the Unaligned. Did I say that already? So like that is familiar. The name. Life in the City. There's not having a good time there. Lost in the Crowds. This one that's the Qui Vive Revelations. The subtitle for 70% of video game sequels. Spying Mission. Swallowed by the Night. It's got some stealth maneuvers here. Telepathic Misdirection and another wider view. I see a lot of cards that are used in multiple decks, which is probably like good. It's like, hey, we put the good cards in the decks, which is what I'm hoping at least. I've heard great things about 5th edition and the decks, so that's what I would assume. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at the Nosferatu. These are the most monstrous looking of the vampire clans, not counting something like a Gangrel who's like got big monster claws or something like that. Because Gangrel are a little bit more in tune with nature, and they can bring that nature out. We have Seating Order Second. Yeah, the other one just didn't have it just straight up didn't have it in it. Well, that's fine. We'll make do. Anyway, let's check out the last one, and that'll be it for this. Please let me know, by the way, if you have any tips for Vampire the Masquerade. If you have played this game before, I know there are some areas where the game's actually, oh my god, look at that. Look at that, Aunt Linda, holy freaking. All right, well, here we have the seating order, and then we'll separate these. I'm just curious to know, like, how many folks out there have played this before, because I do know there are some areas that still play this quite a bit. So we have Aunt Linda looking absolutely insane. Holy crap. Baijinho. Jeez. Like I said, pretty monstrous. Belind, Prince of Copenhagen. We got 2 of those. We have the Dowager. Camarilla Primogen. Interesting. We have Horace Radcliffe. He got a sweet hat. Larissa Moriera. We have Lenny Burkhead. He's another Primogen. Got a lot of Nosferatu Primogen here. Ryan. This is Ryan. And then Waneka. The spooky looking. Yeah, the Nosferatu generally don't go out in public. They have a harder time blending in with humans because they look so monstrous. Carrion Crows. I'm pretty sure I've seen this art before. Pretty sure this is an old card, which is sweet. Cat's Guidance. I think that might also be an old card. Creeping Sabotage. Deep Song. Fame. Is this... no, it's not the exact one. But I was going to say, like, there's a couple art cards in the original ones that kind of tell a story. Ooh, look at this angel one. Guardian Angel. That's really cool looking. Haven Uncovered. Immortal Grapple. The Labyrinth. That is a very Nosferatu looking Nosferatu. Lost in the Crowds. Oh, the Sweet Murder of Crows. Yeah, this is cool. I really dig this. I'm actually really looking forward to playing this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to do some sweet political intrigue against my vampire opponents. Rebel Roundhouse. It's a roundhouse punch. It's a sweet piece of artwork on that one too. The art in here, it's like hit and miss. Some of the art's obviously like not quite as polished, and some of the art's super good. But I think generally the vibe in the art is quite good. I actually really dig it. Some of the other old games like Cyberpunk that I've recently covered, it just doesn't have a vibe that I dig. The cards just kind of look ugly in general. I don't think that's true for here. Obviously, I think the art could be bigger, you know, more expanded upon. I love like the full art kind of treatment. Looks super nice. I don't know how easy that would be with this kind of stuff, but I mean, you could extend the art and just have this over it or something. But I still dig it. I still think these look cool, and they look sweet. I'm really looking forward to this. I still think I'm gonna be playing with my clan here, the House Tremere, but well, no, this is not Tremere. This one's Tremere. We're gonna be playing with this one here, clan and House Tremere, and my Nosferatu dude was sneaking off to the side, didn't want to get back in the box. How like the Nosferatu? They're known for like stealth. And that kind of stuff. But thank you for watching. This was fun. Checking out Vampire the Eternal Struggle 5th edition. Stay tuned for the live stream of this sometime in November. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of Vampire the Eternal Struggle. I love box set things like this. Like, it's super low maintenance. You just buy the box and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to buy more booster packs or keep up with the meta or anything like that. You just buy the things and you're good. And you can have some fun with friends, have some awesome vampire goodness, and what more can you ask for here on Halloween? Thanks so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.